Financial Intelligent Quotient moves you from paycheck to prosperity. I want you to picture two people sitting in identical cubicles at the same company. Same job title, same salary of $78,000 per year, same benefits package. The first person complains constantly about money. They can't understand why they're always broke, why they can't afford a vacation, why their credit card balance keeps climbing. The second person just bought their third rental property. They max out their retirement accounts. They're on track to retire at 48. Same income, completely different financial realities. This isn't a story about luck or inheritance or secret side hustles. It's a story about financial IQ, the invisible skill that separates people who build wealth from people who just earn money. The first person has financial knowledge. They know what a 401k is. They understand that saving matters. They've read articles about investing. But knowing and doing are separated by a chasm that most people never cross. The second person developed financial IQ, which is something entirely different from knowledge. Financial IQ is the ability to make money decisions that compound in your favor over time. It's pattern recognition. It's emotional control. It's systems thinking applied to your economic life. Today, I'm going to walk you through 15 strategies that actually boost financial IQ rather than just adding information you won't use. These aren't tips. They're cognitive upgrades that change how your brain processes money decisions permanently. Strategy 1, track every dollar for 90 days without judgment. Most people have no idea where their money goes. They know the big expenses like rent and car payments, but the remaining 40% of spending is a mystery. This ignorance isn't laziness, it's avoidance. Looking closely at spending patterns reveals uncomfortable truths about priorities and self-control. For 90 days, record every transaction, every coffee, every app subscription, every impulse purchase at the checkout line. Use an app or a spreadsheet, whatever works. The key is completeness and consistency. Do not judge yourself during this period. Don't try to change behavior yet. Just observe and record. What happens during these 90 days is profound. You'll discover spending patterns you couldn't see before. You'll notice that stressed Tuesdays trigger takeout orders. You'll realize that browsing certain websites leads to purchases. You'll see how small daily expenses compound into shocking monthly totals. This awareness is the foundation of financial IQ. You cannot optimize what you cannot see. Most people operate financially blind, making decisions based on vague feelings about their bank balance rather than actual data. Strategy 2, calculate your real hourly wage. You think you know what you earn per hour, but you probably don't. Your real hourly wage accounts for all the time and money required to maintain your job. Start with your annual salary. Now subtract taxes, commuting costs, work clothes, meals eaten because you're at work, childcare required because you're working, and any other expense that exists only because you're employed. Take that net number and divide it by the true hours invested. Include your commute time, the time spent preparing for work, the time spent decompressing after work, and any weekend hours spent on work tasks. A $60,000 salary might seem like $30 per hour based on a standard 40-hour week. But after subtracting $12,000 in taxes, $3,000 in commuting costs, $2,000 in work wardrobe, and $2,000 in convenience food, you're left with $41,000. If your true time investment, including commute and preparation, is 50 hours per week, your real hourly wage is $15.77. This calculation transforms spending decisions. That $200 purchase isn't $200, it's 12.7 hours of your actual life. Suddenly, the math changes. Is that item worth nearly 2 full days of work? Sometimes yes, often no. Strategy 3, run every major decision through a 10-year filter. Financial IQ requires thinking in timescales that feel unnatural. Human brains evolved for immediate threats and rewards, not compound interest and career trajectories. Before any significant financial decision, ask yourself how you'll feel about this choice in 10 years. That new car purchase feels exciting today. In 10 years, you won't remember the excitement, but you'll definitely notice if you're behind on retirement savings because of it. That decision to skip investing this year feels painless today. In 10 years, you'll see exactly what that money could have become, and the regret will be specific and sharp. The 10-year filter cuts through emotional reasoning. It forces you to consider your future self as a real person with real needs, not an abstraction you can ignore. Strategy 4, automate your financial system completely. Financial IQ isn't about making perfect decisions constantly. It's about building systems that make perfect decisions automatic. Set up automatic transfers on payday. Savings moves first before you see it or touch it. Investments happen without requiring willpower or memory. Bills pay themselves without requiring attention. The only money that hits your checking account is money available for spending. This system eliminates decision fatigue. You're not constantly choosing between saving and spending. The choice was made once when you set up the system. Now it just runs. Strategy 5. Learn to calculate opportunity cost instantly. Every dollar spent is a dollar not invested. Every purchase has an invisible price tag showing what that money could have become. A $3,000 vacation today costs roughly $10,000 in future wealth if that money were invested for 20 years instead. You're not choosing between $3,000 and a vacation. You're choosing between a vacation and $10,000 of future financial security. This isn't about never spending money. It's about making the trade-off visible and conscious. Sometimes the vacation is worth $10,000 of future wealth. Sometimes it's absolutely not. Strategy 6. Study your own financial behavior patterns. You have money triggers you've never identified. Certain emotional states lead to spending. Certain environments make you more impulsive. Certain people influence your financial decisions in ways you haven't noticed. Keep a decision journal. When you make financial choices, note what you were feeling, where you were, who you were with, and what happened right before. Patterns emerge quickly. You'll discover that you overspend when anxious, that certain friends trigger lifestyle comparison, that online browsing after 9 p.m. leads to purchases you regret. Once you see the patterns, you can interrupt them. You can't fix behavior you haven't identified. Strategy 7. Practice delayed gratification deliberately. Financial IQ requires a muscle that atrophies from disuse. The ability to want something and not immediately acquire it. Start small. See something you want online? Wait 24 hours. Still want it? Wait another 48 hours. This isn't about deprivation. It's about separating genuine desire from impulse. Most wants evaporate with time. The ones that don't are worth considering seriously. Strategy 8. Read financial statements like newspapers. Most people glance at their bank balance and call it financial awareness. That's like checking your weight once and thinking you understand your health. Review your complete financial picture monthly. Net worth, spending by category, investment performance, debt balances, savings rate. This monthly review makes money real rather than abstract. You see progress or decline clearly. You catch problems early. You celebrate wins consciously. Strategy 9. Surround yourself with financially intelligent people. You become the average of the people you spend time with. This applies to money habits as powerfully as anything else. If your social circle normalizes overspending, you'll overspend. If your friends treat debt as inevitable, you'll accept debt. If the people around you never discuss investing, you won't prioritize it. Deliberately cultivate relationships with people who have the financial outcomes you want. Their habits will rub off through simple proximity. Strategy 10. Learn basic tax strategy. Most people treat taxes as something that happens to them rather than something they can influence. Understanding tax-advantaged accounts, deductions, credits, and timing can save tens of thousands over a lifetime. You don't need to become a tax expert. You need to understand the basic levers available and pull them. Strategy 11. Practice negotiating everything. Financial IQ includes the ability to advocate for yourself economically. Negotiate your salary, your bills, your subscriptions, your major purchases. Most people accept the first number offered. That acceptance costs them hundreds of thousands over a lifetime. Strategy 12. Understand the difference between assets and liabilities. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out. Your home is likely a liability, not an asset, regardless of what appreciates. It requires insurance, taxes, maintenance, and utilities. High financial IQ means accumulating things that generate income and minimizing things that consume it. Strategy 13. Calculate the true cost of convenience. Convenience is expensive in ways that aren't obvious. Food delivery, subscription services, paying for oil changes instead of learning to do them yourself. Each convenience has a price. Sometimes that price is worth it. Often it's not. Financial IQ means consciously choosing which conveniences serve you and which just drain resources. Strategy 14. Learn from expensive mistakes immediately. Everyone makes financial errors. High financial IQ means extracting maximum learning from each mistake so you never repeat it. When you overspend, analyze why. When an investment fails, understand what you missed. Expensive mistakes are only truly expensive if you learn nothing. Strategy 15. Teach financial concepts to someone else. The best way to solidify understanding is teaching. Explain compound interest to a friend. Walk someone through budgeting. Discuss investment strategy with a peer. Teaching forces clarity. It reveals gaps in your own understanding. It reinforces correct thinking. These 15 strategies are not quick fixes. their cognitive infrastructure. Implement them consistently, and your financial decision-making transforms. You'll still face the same economic environment as everyone else, but you'll navigate it with clarity that most people never develop. That second person in the cubicle, the one building wealth on an average salary, simply installed better financial operating system. Same hardware, better software, completely different output.